We're live.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another edition of MSATP TV. Joining me this morning is Jonathan Rivlin of the Rivlin Group. He's here to talk about the firm of the future. So, Jonathan, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what position you hold with the society, and then we'll get into the firm of the future.
All right, thank you, Bill. Yes, I'm. My name is Jonathan Rivlin. I'm a CPA. I just finished my 23rd tax season, which is crazy to say. I'm currently serving as the secretary on the board of directors for this wonderful society. This will be my fourth year on the board. I've been a member since I was 25, I think. It's hard. It goes by quick.
Yeah, it
Um,
does.
and since I've been getting more involved with the society, I've learned so much. It's improved my practice and also given me a chance to meet a lot of wonderful people and really give back to the profession that has given me and my family so much.
Uh-huh.
Um, we have a practice that's based in Owings Mills. We specialize in you. That's what I say to people. That means it's a concierge-based practice where the emphasis is on a higher level of service for a select group of clients. Um, we have a specialty in technology and security and difficult situations.
Okay.
That's a bit of an overview on me and our practice. The firm of the future. So let's talk about this. It's for us. It's a family firm. I work with my father and brother, and my mother even works part time. Uh, all throughout my childhood, if there was a school closing for snow or something, I would go into the office and my father would put me to work. First it was putting the canceled checks in numerical order so he could do the bank rec. And I remember we had this one client, it was a bar, and the checks just smelled of cigarette smoke. So that was like some of my first exposure to accounting, was just
Uh-huh.
putting checks in order. Um, and then as I got older and got through high school, here's 13 column paper and a mechanical pencil. Now you're doing the bank rec, run the adding machine tape, and do the trial balance. And that's how I learned the practice. Now there's all these apps that we use. There's the general ledger apps. Of course, most people are familiar with QuickBooks Online. We use an app called Xero, Xero. And in the Firm of the Future seminar, I'll talk more about that. Um, but basically, it's a mindset that has to shift. Um, it's Case in point, I got a frantic call from a client who set up on our cloud-based payroll system, and he's like, "I can't get to it. I ran late. I had a project that ran overdue. Can you run this payroll for me?" And while I was on the phone with him, I logged in from my phone. That's my son. I logged in from my phone and ran the payroll on the fly with minutes to spare before the submission deadline. And so the whole thing about the firm of the future is that it's actually the firm of the present. And you really, all the members should consider coming to this course or taking the webinar version of it, because you're going to get left behind if you don't. So carrot and stick, uh, take the course to learn how to improve your practice, your efficiency, both your top line and your bottom line. The stick is that if you don't do it, other people are doing it. You're going to get left behind. The firm of the future is already here. So that's what we're going to talk about on October 21st.
Okay. So primarily you're going to be discussing apps and things like that that'll help us to manage our practice in a more efficient manner.
Yes. So there's going to be a few sections of it. One is going to be on apps, but we've already had a number of seminars on that, so I don't want to focus too heavily. The other sides of the other sections of the seminar will focus on business model, marketing, recruiting and staffing, all the problems that are facing us, and then we're going to have, and that part of it is what I call really the firm of the present,
Uh-huh.
or the part of the future that's here already. Then we will spend a little bit of time on the speculative future. Where's the profession going? What place does AI and blockchain play in how the firms are going to look? 2 years out, 5 years out, firms are not going to look that much different. But 10 years out, 20 years out, what the accountants that are starting out now, like, oh yeah, when I learned the business, I learned it on these apps from our phone, and now I just think it and it happens. So who
Uh-huh.
knows? So we'll spend a little bit of time being playful and speculative, but the bulk of the seminar will be on practical things that you can apply right away.
Okay. And I know that you all outsource some of your work.
Yes.
Is that going to be discussed as well, outsourcing?
Yes. So let's get a little into that. There's a different levels. There's outsourcing and offshoring and remote working. Um, Outsourcing is like a true 1099 type of relationship. Contractor could be on the U.S. shore or offshore or outside the U.S. That's where you don't really have that much control over the work product. You just say, hey, do this project for me and get it done by a certain date. Whereas offshoring is they're your employee. They just, instead of being down the hall, they're a couple time zones away. We've been offshoring, and we can talk about that experience. It's part of the firm of the future. You know,
Uh-huh.
I'm sure some of our members' clients have been saying, "Oh, now that we're on lockdown, I hired someone from South Dakota." Which, no disrespect to South Dakota, it's just that when you guys know the regulatory issues when you're in a certain state like Maryland and then you hire someone in another state, like you just triggered some regulatory issues. So with that said, there are accounting practices out there that have been going for years where they don't even have an office anymore, a centralized office. They're only remote.
Uh-huh.
And that's with a combination of remote distributed US based employees and offshore employees.
Okay. And you're also going to be talking about and discussing how to operate your practice in a remote manner using Zoom or some other video conferencing app.
Yes. So that's one of the pillars of the firm of the future is embrace automation wherever you can. So one of the sort of sayings that we get is automate 80% so you can customize 20%. And with that in mind, we look at certain apps like Calendly and Zoom and Outlook and how those apps integrate together to make scheduling appointments more efficient. And not only that, you can then integrate that with your marketing campaign. Um, as hard as we work, I actually don't like working hard. So I'm always looking for one thing that solves multiple problems.
Uh-huh.
So,
I agree with you on that one,
so
especially in the
that's
summertime. Who wants to work that hard this time of the year?
right. So there's that old movie from the 80s, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, when he looks out his window, he sees a beautiful sky. He's like, how can I possibly be expected to work today?
Exactly. You know, we work hard all tax season, and we need to recharge our batteries,
Yeah.
and we need to make sure that we take time for ourselves. And if automating some of the processes, or outsourcing, or offshoring, or whatever um, things that we choose to do for our practice to help us get some extra time off and recharge our batteries, it's better for us.
Yeah.
Help us to live a longer life.
Yeah. That's the name of the game. Just talking about some of the different business models, like the one we've embraced with this concierge concept is it's all about providing a higher level of care to the client. And part of that is making sure that the accountant's brain isn't mush.
Right, exactly.
So,
After
it's,
15 appointments in a day, your brain's about had it.
yeah. Yeah. So, it's all, and not just that, but protecting your employees' brains too. You can only force or not force, but you can only stack so much work on someone's desk and get a good work product out of it.
Uh-huh.
We're not machines. Though we
Right,
think of ourselves
exactly.
as. I feel like a machine sometimes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, Jonathan, thank you very much for joining us today. And if anybody has any questions, you want to tell them how they can get in touch with you to find out if this is the right class for them?
Yeah, you can always email us at info@rivlin-cpa.com. It's info at riv as in Victor lin dash group.com.
All right. Well, thank you very much. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer. And we look forward to the class coming up.
Yeah, looking
Bye.
forward to seeing everybody.
Bye.